Welcome everyone to yoga. We'll start today with a breathing practice. You can either lie flat on your back or you can prop up the back with a little bit of height. So I'll show you a few options for that. The first is to take a firm blanket and accordion fold it. And place this accordion folded blanket towards the top end of your mat so the hips can be on the floor in front of it, and that accordion folded blanket can be like a second spine where your head is on the raised surface, maybe even making your head a little higher. You can also use blocks the same way, where the blocks are placed with the top block like a pillow horizontally and the bottom block vertically, which is what I'll do at whatever height is comfortable, maybe making the top block a little higher. It's up to you. But this will provide a little more chest opening, a little bit of a back bend. Let the arms and the legs roll out evenly on the two sides. Close the eyes if that's comfortable. And let the elbows drop down enough that the shoulders aren't pinched in to the sides of the neck. Close the eyes, or just set the gaze steady at one spot. And turn the attention to the natural rhythm of the breathing. Letting it be exactly as it is now. Now, if it feels comfortable, take some deeper, fuller breaths. Nice and slow on the breath in. Nice and slow on the exhale. Maybe even introducing a pause at the end of the inhale before the exhale. And again at the end of the exhale before the inhale. Take 3 more sweet, full breaths. And after those 3 sweet, full breaths, let the breathing return to its natural rhythm. Bend the legs one by one. roll over to the side, and come to stand at the front of your mat. If you have blocks, you can put them on the front, by the front edges of your mat. If you don't, not to worry. With the feet hip width, the outer edges of the feet parallel to one another, spread the toes and take the arms out and up, using the reach of the arms to lengthen up the sides of the waist. Breathe in and breathe out and fold forward, lightening the heels. Let the head hang forward, bend the legs if that's more comfortable, or prop the hands up on blocks if they're there, if the hands don't reach the ground. Let the base of the skull release down, and turn the attention back to the breathing once again, noticing the exhales longer and stronger. With the heels light, sweep the arms out and up, breathe in. And breathe out, and once again, lighten the heels and fold forward. Breathe in, lighten the heels, sweep the arms out and up. Breathing out, fold forward. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out, folding forward. This time, breathe in, heels light, sweep the arms out and up. Breathe out, bend the legs, take the right arm forward, the left arm back. Look over the back hand, bend your knees so your tail is at the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, reach the arms out and up. Breathe out, bend the legs, take the left arm forward, right arm back. The eyes follow the back hand. Breathing in, the arms reach up. And breathe out, turning the backs of the shoulders side to side. It's like you're passing a ball between the hands as they rise up. And breathing out, using the spread of the arms to turn the back. One more to each side. This time, breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, lower the left arm, reach the right arm up and over to the left, extending down into the right leg and foot in Ardha Chakrasana. Bring the left chest forward just that little bit as you press into the right leg and foot, and then give a little lift of your heart to lengthen the spine. As you breathe in, reach up, and breathe out, lower the right arm. Breathe in, take the left arm out. Breathe out, bring the left arm up. Breathe in, wriggle up from your belly. And breathe out, over to the right, extending down into the left leg and foot. Bring the right side forward, that little bit of extra. And again, give a little lift of the heart, pressing out with the legs and the feet. Breathing. As you breathe in, come up. Breathe out, bring the right arm up and over to the left. Breathe in, coming back up. And breathing out over to the right. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath in to reach up. And breathe out, lower the left arm. Take the feet a little wider. Interlace the hands behind the back, or if you have a strap, you could put a strap between your hands. Lift the arms away from the back. Spread the toes and lift from the base of the skull. Breathe in And breathe out, lighten the heels again, hinge from the hips, and use the lift of the head to keep your upper spine lifted as long as you can. At some point, releasing the base of the skull down and lifting the arms again. Taking a few breaths here. Let's lower the hands to the back and 2 are towards the floor. Walk the hands forward. If you have some height, you can put your hands on the height. Push down with the hands. Lift the head and the heart to lengthen the spine and bend the knees, lowering the hips towards the heels. Sit with the shoulders between the knees, crouching down, bringing your upper stomach towards your lower stomach. Lean into the big toe sides of the feet and bring the palms together, pressing the backs of your upper arms against the lower legs and lengthening the sides of the waist in Mollison Garland pose. Again, leaning into the big toe sides of the feet. You can also keep the catch of the upper arms against the lower legs and turn the palms to face up on the ground, on the floor. Push the upper arms against the lower legs. Lean into the big toe sides of the feet. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. And breathe out, lower the head down towards the heels. Taking a few breaths here. Now keeping the head down. Lift the hips. Turn the feet straight if the toes have turned out. And holding the sides of the waist. Lighten the heels, breathe in, take the head and heart forward, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Ardha Chakrasana, bring the hands to the lower back with the thumbs on the outsides of the waist. Soft legs, take the elbows back and breathe in. Use the press of the legs to lift from behind the heart and open back into a back bend, half wheel pose. Taking a few breaths, but keep lifting from behind the heart. Breathe in, lift from behind the heart. Breathe out, come all the way up. With the feet hip width, if you have those blocks, with the blocks beside the feet, bring the palms together. Spread the toes. We'll take a little bit of Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Breathe in and sweep the arms down, out and up. Lengthening up the sides again with the reach of the arm. Breathe out, folding from the hips, light heels. Breathe in, push the blocks, floor, or legs away. Lift the head and the heart. Breathe out, hands flat. Step back with the right foot, then the left into a plank pose. Lift from the roots of the thighs, filling out the lower back, and melt the space between the shoulder blades down so your armpits deepen. Lift from the base of the skull, harden the toes and come forward until you feel the weight at the base of the fingers and the hips over the hands. Then come down so the elbows are directly over the wrists and the front of the shoulders are lifted and feel neutral. Point the toes back, swing the hips towards the back of the wrists, pressing the floor away. Take a breath in, breathe out, flip over the toes, pulling the hips back into downward facing dog pose. Feel free to take any variations here, bending legs. And again, shift the weight forward in the hands to the base of the index fingers to lighten the wrists. Turn the elbow creases in and forward. And lift from the back of the ears to take that front angle of the pose up a little bit. And then see if you can roll your navel towards the roots of the thighs and take the sit bones up. Letting the breath flow naturally. Then look between the hands and walk the feet forward. Push blocks, floor, or legs away. Lift the head and the heart. Breathe out, forward fold. And with heels light, sweep the arms out and up, lengthening up the sides. Breathe out, open out the arms, and bring the palms together with the thumbs by the heart. Spread the toes and breathe in. Sweep the arms down, out, and up. Breathe out, lighten the heels, and hinge forward. Breathe in, push away, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, hands flat, step back, left foot, then right. Again, melt the space between the shoulder blades. Lift from the base of the skull, harden the toes, come forward and down. Toes back, hips forward, heart up, breathe in. Breathe out, back over the toes into your downward facing dog pose. Press out through the armpits. Again, take the hip creases up and back. Ears between the upper arms and breath flowing freely. We'll take the right foot forward like you're stepping up and over a hurdle, or you can come onto your knees and hold the ankle and step it forward. With your thumbs in line with that front heel, lift the root of the left thigh, lower the hips towards the level of the front knee, and see that that front knee is directly over the heel. Then push the floor away, or if you have blocks, you might push the blocks away. And imagine you're pulling an imaginary blanket out from your lower belly towards your chin. Then draw back from the left inseam right down that leg into the left inner heel. As you push the floor away and lengthen the spine, see if you can straighten your front leg, dropping the outer right hip, and grounding down into the ball of the right big toe. Keep pushing the floor or the blocks away to elongate the spine. Collarbones shining forward towards the wall in front of you. And bend the front knee, bring your hands flat down to the floor, and step back into a three-legged dog with your right leg lifted. You can bend the right leg, tipping open the hip with your right heel dragging back and down behind you. Then squaring up and rolling your belly towards the root of the left thigh, reach through the root of the right thigh into the top of the foot and bring the right chest forward. Pumping up the left hip and bringing your navel more and more over that left leg. Then bring the right foot to meet the left foot. Bring the heart forward and up over the hands. Come down. Toes back, hips forward, heart up. Breathe in and breathe out back over the toes into your downward facing dog pose. Step the left foot forward. Again, either stepping forward like you're stepping over a hurdle, or coming onto the knees, holding the ankle. With your front foot hip width from your back foot, lower the hips towards the level of that front knee. Spread the left toes, draw back from your right inner heel, and then push down into blocks or into the floor and elongate the spine until you feel free and open in the collarbones and you're drawing up from the base of the skull. And start to straighten that left leg, but keep pushing the floor down and elongating the spine so it's almost as though your upper back doesn't know anything happened as you straighten that front leg. Breathing easily, freely, place the palms flat down and step back to a three-legged dog once again with your left leg raised. Getting more and more belly over that right leg, and then bend the left leg, tip open the hip. Let that left heel open the left hip up and back. And then squaring up and rolling your belly over the right leg, extending through the left leg, and bringing that left chest forward. reaching back and down with your right heel. And bring the left foot to meet the right foot. Bring the heart forward and up over the hands. Again, melt the space between the shoulder blades. Lift from the base of the skull, harden the toes, come well forward, hips over the hands and down. Toes back, hips forward, heart up, breathe in. Breathe out, back over the toes. Lengthening back to your downward facing dog pose. And elongating the spine from the very, very base of your spine at the tip of the tail. Letting the breath flow freely. Now you can either walk the feet forward or bend the legs and hop forward. As you breathe in, push the blocks, floor, legs away, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sink the hips down and reach the arms up into Utkatasana chair pose. Imagine you had a big baggy sweater and you just throw it up there to get the placement of the shoulders and the upper back. Fill out the lower back. And as you sit down, lean into the big toe sides of the feet, drawing up and lengthening, breathing, shoulders relaxed. Then breathe in, press through the legs, start to come up. And breathe out, bring the palms together with the thumbs by the heart. Okay, and relaxing that. Let's turn to face the side of the room. We'll take Virabhadrasana 1 into Virabhadrasana 3. With the feet wide, turn your right foot forward towards the front of the room, bend the right knee, and turn your back foot in so it's also facing the front of the room, using the outer edge of the back foot and the ball of the front foot to bring the left chest forward. Bend the front knee, stopping the knee over the heel. Push weight into the back foot and bring that left, from the outer edge of that back foot, left chest forward. Take the arms down, forward and up, and push off that back leg. Lift from behind the heart, opening into a back bend, but lifting from behind the heart as you bring that left chest forward again once you're in your back bend, and breathing freely. Now, using the thrust of that back leg, take the back of the heart forward into a forward fold, palms open or closed. Spin the back heel back, glide forward onto the right leg, raise the left leg, bringing the root of the raised leg towards your standing leg, and press through the right leg towards straight into Virabhadrasana 3, maybe taking the gaze forward. And again, breathing freely. To come out of the pose, bend the standing leg and step well back onto your left foot, finding your way back into your Warrior 1 pose, left chest forward, breathing and lifting the back of the heart with the press of that back leg. Breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. Hold the sides. Spin the back heel back, bend the front knee, and step forward with your back foot. Stepping the right foot back and turning to face the other side of the room. Turn the left foot out towards the front of the room again, bend the left leg and step the back foot slightly to the right, so your feet are about hip width, with the back foot turned in enough that you can bring that whole right side forward. Take the arms out to the side this time and use that action to bring the right chest forward. Then bend the front knee. Again, push weight into the back foot, turn your palms up this time, and reach the arms up to the sides of the head. Now palms forward, connect up the press of that back leg to behind the heart, lifting it up and opening back into Virabhadrasana 1, first warrior pose, right chest minded. And if you were to have a second set of eyes and look down, you'd see your left big toe because your left leg is rolled out enough. Now press off that back leg, hinge from the hips. Palms open or palms closed, spin the back heel back and glide forward onto the left leg, raise the right leg, and press through the left leg towards straight. Breathing, steady gaze in Virabhadrasana 3. To come out of the pose, bend the standing leg, step well back onto your right foot, and find your way back into Virabhadrasana 1, first warrior pose. Breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. Hold the sides, spin the back heel back, bend the front leg and step forward with your back foot. And step the left foot back. Holding the sides, turn your right foot out towards the front of the room, bend the right leg, and turn your left foot in as little as you need, but as much as you need, to be able to bring the root of the back leg towards the root of your front leg and the left chest forward. Wider stance front to back will help. We'll take Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, reverse side angle pose. Take the arms out to the side and bring that left chest forward. Bring the left arm up to the side of the head and get the turn from here, from the back heel, from the back of the left hip, back of the left shoulder, back of the left hand. Breathe in, lengthening up. Breathe out, bend the front knee, stopping the knee over the heel. Push weight into the back foot and hinge from the hips. Right hand to the right leg. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Lighten your back heel. Push the right knee into the arm. Push the right knee to the right. And start to drop the back left ribs, right front chest up. Back left shoulder down, right front shoulder up. Stack the hands with the right elbow lifted. And press your palms into one another and then lengthen the spine. As you lean the back heel in and down, keep pushing the right knee into the left arm, and then you can explore other arm positions that help you lengthen the spine and turn. Breathing, lengthening, turning. To come out of the pose, take the right arm back, take the gaze down, and take the left arm forward. Drop the back heel and trace a rainbow with the left arm, taking it up and back. So hold the sides, square forward, bend the front knee, spin the back heel back, and step forward with the back foot. And step the right foot back. Holding the sides of the waist, turn your left foot out, bend the left leg, step the back foot in and closer to the right side of the mat. And again, bring the right chest forward. Spread the toes and again, bend the front knee. Push weight into the back foot, arms out to the side, right chest forward, right arm up to the side of the head. Turn, 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 and breathe in, lengthen out. Breathe out, hinge from the hips, lowering the hips towards the level of the knee. Left hand to the left leg, hook the right elbow over, push the left knee to the left to pull that outer left hip back and under you and start to drop the back right ribs, left front chest up. Hands stacked, left elbow lifted. Now lift the heart to lengthen the spine. Breathing, maybe opening out the arms, maybe taking the top arm up and over. And breathing, finding some ease and stability in the pose. To come out of the pose, take the left arm back, take the right arm forward, drop the back heel, and with the right arm, trace the rainbow to turn the upper back. Hold the sides, squaring forward, bend the front knee. Spin the back heel back behind you and step forward with the back foot. And now, turn your mat sideways. You can take blocks to either side of your mat behind the heels. We'll take Trikonasana triangle pose. Turn the right foot out. Turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out. Let's actually turn the left foot in and turn the right foot out. Put the block by the big toe side of the right foot if you're using a block. And then use the outer edge of the back foot and the ball of the front foot to roll your belly towards your right leg. Draw energy up the legs like you're sucking water up straws. And take the right arm up to lengthen the spine. Breathe in, breathe out, hinge out, long spine. When you've gotten your full reach, bring the hand down and push out against the leg or against the block. Not so low that your chest collapses. Push out, elongate the spine. Lean the shoulders back out over the right leg. With your belly rolling down so you can pull that outer right hip back, turn the ribs. Take the left elbow up, take the left arm up. Now get into the legs and the feet, press the floor away, press with the right hand and lengthen the spine. Dropping the back right ribs and bringing the left front chest up. And breathing. Now lighten that bottom hand, get into the legs and the feet, and breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up, drawing out like you've got spark plugs coming out from the heart, and lower the arms. So all of this part, tops of the shoulders, sides of the neck stays relaxed. And then move your block out of the way and turn the feet. If you're using a block, you can put it on the big toe side of the left foot. Spread the toes and draw energy up the legs, left arm up. Turn the belly and breathe in, lengthen up. Breathe out, hinge out. Press out against the block or the leg. Elongate the spine. Lean back over your leg and turn the ribs. Take the right arm up. And again, breathe in the pose, using everything that's down on the ground to get more length and to turn the spine. Now lighten that bottom hand, press through the legs and the feet, breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Hold the sides. Move the block out of the way. Turn the feet to the right. You can put the block by the big toe side of the right foot again. We'll take Virabhadrasana 2 into reverse warrior and Parsvakonasana side angle pose. So bend the right knee, stopping the knee over the heel. Push weight into the left foot. And again, make sure you can see your middle toe. Lean the back hip in and pull up an imaginary zipper through the left hip crease. Let your hips roll right, but as you open out the arms, let your ribs roll to the left until you can open the left chest like you're opening the left cover of a book. Turn your left palm up, reach out, and then turn that palm down. As you push weight into your left foot, the back foot, turn the head and look over the right fingertips, lifting the heart and extending through the back leg in Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Then lower the left hand down, turn the right palm up, Breathe in, take that arm up. Breathe out all the way up. Now use the press of that back leg to turn your heart towards your right knee and then lift up the back of the heart. Using the press of that back leg to get length and lift from behind the heart and breathing. And hinge out from the hips. Taking the right hand to the leg if the feet are closer. If the feet are further apart and the knee is more bent, maybe onto your elbow, or maybe putting a block under the right hand. But drop the hips and then push out against the elbow or the hand, lengthen the spine. Belly down, outer right hip back, turn the ribs, and take the back arm down, forward stop at the side of the head. Press through the back leg, reach through the arm. Belly down, outer right hip back, turning the ribs, and breathing, lengthening with the press of the right elbow or hand, lengthening the right waist, and with the reach of the left arm and press of the back leg, lengthening the left waist. Now keeping the legs in this shape, see if you can pinwheel your left arm back and find your way back into Virabhadrasana 2 once again, pushing weight into the back foot and looking right. And breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. Hold the sides or move your block. And turn the feet to the left for the second side. Spread the toes. And bend the left leg, stopping the knee over the heel and pushing weight into the right foot, your back foot. Roll the belly left. Extend through that back leg, lean in so the outer right hip moves towards the back of the left knee. And again, open out the arms. And you want to be able to pull the top of the right shoulder away from the side of the neck. Pushing weight into that back foot. Lift the heart. And when you turn the head, push a little extra weight into the back leg. Breathing and staying steady and stable over your center rather than hearkening out towards your focus. Easy, natural breathing. Lower the right hand to the right leg. Turn the left palm up. Use the press of that back leg to turn your belly to the left and reach that left arm up. Get more length rather than collapsing from the back of the waist, opening back and breathing. And hinge out from the hips. Left hand on the leg, elbow on the leg, hand to the block by the big toe side of the foot, but drop down with the hips. Push out against something. Turn the ribs, but let your belly roll down. And take that back arm down, forward. Stop at the side of the head. Maybe make a fist, bend the back leg, and press out so you've got one angle rather than two. And extend through the fingertips. Breathing, lengthening, releasing. Now keep the legs in this shape and pinwheel back into Virabhadrasana 2. Belly to the left, outer left hip back, ribs roll right, look left, and breathe in, start to straighten. Breathe out, straighten all the way. Hold the sides and turn the feet. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel to one another with the heels in line. Take the thumbs to the sacral dimples, take the elbows back, and breathe in, lift from behind the heart. Breathe out, hinge from the hips, lightening the heels. Take the hands down, take the head down. Let the breath flow freely. Spread feet pose, Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's move the hands forward, propping up the chest with the press of the hands to elongate the spine. Bend one knee, letting the hips drop towards that heel. And then over to the other side. If this is uncomfortable, you can keep your hands on your legs. You choose. And straightening both legs, walk the feet a little closer. Outer edges of your feet parallel, lighten the heels and hold the hips. Take the head and heart forward, breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out all the way up. Walk the feet in. Okay, and we'll take Vrikshasana tree pose. Choose which foot you'd like to balance on. Spread the toes of that foot and kickstand your other foot, turning the knee out like a low-hanging limb of a tree, or bringing that foot up. Push the foot into the standing leg back into the foot, and bring the palms together. Taking a few breaths here. Or extending the arms all the way up, lengthening up. Palms can be open or closed. Let's slowly lower the pressed palms. And lower the raised leg. Spread the toes of the other foot. Shift the center of gravity over and turn out the other leg. Bringing that raised leg up. Bringing the back of the heel forward and the ball of the big toe back. Again, push the outer leg of your standing foot towards the raised knee and bring the palms together. Natural breathing. And take the arms up. Lengthening. And slowly lower the raised palms. And lower the raised leg. Okay, and have a seat. You can either extend the left leg forward. We'll take Ardha Matsyendrasana, or you can wrap the left lower leg around the right side of the body with the knee pointed forward. Step the right foot over the left knee. If it doesn't go all the way over, you can keep it on the outside of the knee. This is where, again, you could use your folded blanket. If you find that the right hip doesn't sit comfortably down, then you sit both hips up on some height, and that'll make it a little bit easier to flip the hips forward and to get grounded on the bottom of your hips. So you choose. Interlace the fingers around the front shin, lean into the right hip, get a little more belly behind the right leg, and put the right hand behind the back, pushing the floor down with the back hand. Take the left arm up and breathe in, lift up from your belly. Breathe out, hook the arm over the knee, push the floor down with that back hand until the head bobs back up, and then use the press of the arm against the leg to start to turn. Now you could also hug that knee, whatever helps you bring the left side of your upper back forward and the right shoulder back. Then soften through the middle and breathe way down low. And release. unfold the legs. And either extend the right leg forward, flexing the foot and stepping the left foot over, or take the right lower leg around the left side of the body with the knee pointed forward, step the left foot over the right knee. Take the left hand behind the back, reach the right arm up, breathe in, pull out that imaginary blanket from your lower belly towards your chin, and breathe out and hook the arm over or hug the knee, walking the back hand back, then push the floor down, let the head rise right back up, and imagine a line from the back of the right hip to the back of the left shoulder, and from the front of the right hip to the front of the left shoulder. Breathing. At the back of the left hip to the back of the right shoulder, excuse me. Release. Unfold the top leg. Come to the hands and the knees. We'll take Ekapada Rajakapotasana, one-leg king pigeon pose preparation. Slide the right knee forward and move it over to the right side of the mat. And with your left hand, reach back and pull the foot forward, reaching through the top of the foot. And place both hands at the front edge of the mat and square the hips. It's like you're pulling the underside of the right hip back, and walk your back foot back until it feels like you're sitting behind your right heel. Take a breath in, lift the heart, squaring the hips, and breathe out, folding forward over the leg. And breathing. Now, if you've got any knee issues, you sit on your right hip and make a 90-degree angle with the back of the right thigh and the back of the right calf, flexing from the ankle. Hold on to that foot, breathe in, and breathe out. Tuck that back knee in towards the midline, and use the press of the right hand to steer your belly out over towards your left heel or towards your right knee. You'll stay in this position if you're doing that for the knee. If you're in your more classic one-legged king pigeon pose, start to walk the hands back towards the front knee, propping up the chest with the press of the hands and pulling the back of the heart forward. You can stay right here or take the right hand to the inside of the right knee, fold the left lower leg, and optional, reach back, hold the foot, and bring that heel in towards the back of the thigh, using the press of the right hand to roll your belly towards your right knee, and breathing. Release the left leg, bring the palms down, curl the back toes, step back to a downward facing dog pose. Just stretch out the back of the right leg. Breathing. And come back to the knees and take the left knee forward to the left side of the mat. With the right hand, reach back and bring that foot forward. So your shin is more towards parallel, not all the way. Hands at the front of the mat. Bring the back of the right hip forward. Bring the underside of the left hip back, walking that back foot back. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine, and breathing out, fold forward over that left leg. Again, breathing into the outer left hip. And walk the hands back towards the front knee. Prop up the chest with the press of the hand, lifting and lengthening the spine. And staying here, or bring the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Fold the right lower leg, Reach back and bring that back heel in towards the back of the thigh, rolling your belly towards the left knee, softening, releasing, letting the breath flow naturally. Release the right leg. Curl the back toes. And one last time, downward facing dog pose, pulling back, lengthening out the backs of the legs. And come down onto the knees. Sit to the side of the lower legs. Bend the knees, lighten the heels, and reach forward, lowering slowly down, one vertebra at a time. So we'll take either Viparita Karani inverted staff pose, or you could take your full shoulder stand or your half shoulder stand. For Viparita Karani, lift the hips. Oh, well, you can either just take the legs up and put your hands underneath the tip of the tail, or just as is. Or you can bend the knees, lift the hips, and take 1 or 2 blocks underneath the tip of the tail. Press down, tuck the shoulder blades under, press back with the head, knees to the chest, legs up. Or you can raise the legs, lift the hips, and hold the back. Taking your elbows back towards one another, dropping the hips into the hands, pressing back with the head, and lifting from behind the heart. Letting a little blood flow down from the feet and the lower extremities to pull in the pelvis, and for some of you then to make its way back towards the base of the throat. You can let the eyes close or soften the gaze. If you're in Sarvangasana shoulder stand, you can lower the legs behind the head into Halasana plow pose, and slowly let the legs drag across the chest to come slowly down. If you're in Viparita Karani, knees to the chest, feet to the floor. If you've got height under the hips, take the height out. And then give yourself another few minutes to take any last poses that would feel good. Maybe a fish pose, maybe a twist. To take fish pose, legs are together, feet are together, hold the sides of the legs, raise the head, look at the feet, arch the lower back, arch the upper back, lower the head, come down onto the head. Slide the elbows closer to the heels and let the front of the shoulders drop back and down, lifting from behind the heart and taking a few breaths here. Good counter pose to shoulder stand. To come out of fish pose, take a breath in and lift from behind the heart, and then lower slowly down. You can also take any last poses that feel good, but start to make the way back into your closing relaxation posture. Let the arms and the legs roll out. Quiet the muscles of the face, behind the eyes, the hinge of the jaw, the tongue. Relax the belly. Let the breath flow naturally once again. And as the awareness slips onto whatever's on the mind, and you notice that, simply bring it back to the experience of the breath as it flows in and out. And slowly make your way onto the side and up to sit cross-legged. And you can either sit in a chair or sit on the floor. We'll take one breathing practice before we close today. Make a fist with one hand, and from the fist open out your thumb, ring finger, and pinky beside it, pressing the ring finger and pinky together so they have the strength of the thumb. Turn the palm towards the face, lift the heart, and close off one side of the nose at the pinched in part just above the flare so you don't have to press very hard. Breathing through only one side, but opening the back of the throat so you're not compromising the airflow. And now switch sides. Whichever side is easiest to breathe through, keep that side open, closing the other side. The right side, it shows a more alert state. If it's the left side, it shows a more relaxed state. Breathe out from that side and back in. Close, breathe out the second side. Back in. Close, switching, breathing out and in. Close, switching, out and in. And continuing in this way for a few breaths. Get to that part of the cycle where you're breathing out from the side you started from. Place the hand back on the leg. Refresh your posture and observe the natural rhythm of the breathing. Reach behind the back. Hold the left wrist. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the head, lower than the heart. Raise the head. Namaste, everyone.